This is the SENIX LSSG-M9 21-inch gas self-propelled lawnmower, and I've been using it long enough to know exactly where it shines and where it stumbles. Key features that grabbed me right away are the 21-inch steel deck, the self-propelled single-speed front-wheel drive, and that 140cc Briggs Stratton E550 engine with the prime and pull start. On paper, that combo looks straightforward, and in use it mostly is. Assembly was simple and took me a few minutes. I raised the handle, tightened the 4 screws, poured in the included oil, added fresh gas, primed the bulb a few pushes, and pulled the cord. From my experience, it fired up on the first pull, and it's kept that habit as long as I use clean fuel. If you're new to gas mowers, prime and pull just means you press a rubber bulb to move gas into the carb so the engine gets fuel right away. Then you pull the rope to start it. No mixing gas and oil with this one, since it's a 4-cycle engine, which is one of the reasons I picked it. That alone removes a lot of fuss. Once running, the vibration feels well managed for a mower in this price range. In my opinion, the Briggs & Stratton unit is the backbone here. It sounds like a typical small gas mower, loud enough that I wear hearing protection, but it's smooth through normal grass and didn't bog down on thicker patches in my yard. I tested it on slightly overgrown areas and some weedy strips near the fence, and it had the grunt to chew through without constant stopping. The torque rating on these is about 5.5 feet-pounds, and it feels honest. The self-propel system is front-wheel drive and single-speed. For anyone new to that, front-wheel drive means the 2 front wheels are the powered wheels. You squeeze the bar on the handle and the mower pulls itself forward. It's comfortable on flat ground and sidewalks, and the speed feels natural, not racing, not crawling. It's perfect for small to medium yards that are mostly level. The catch with front-wheel drive shows up on slopes or when the bag gets heavy. As the rear bag fills with clippings, the weight shifts to the back and the front wheels can lose traction. I noticed this on a sloped section of my yard when the bag was half full. The wheels spun a bit on damp grass, and I had to lighten up the bag or lift the handle slightly to get it moving again. If you're mowing hills all the time, rear-wheel drive grips better because the weight transfers to the drive wheels instead of away from them. From my experience, this SENIX drive is a helper, not a pull you up the hill no matter what kind of drive. The deck is steel, 21 inches wide, and that size is a sweet spot for residential lawns. It's wide enough to be efficient, but still easy to maneuver around garden edges, trees, and beds. The underside design moves a lot of air, which matters for how clippings get handled. I ran it in all 3 modes: mulching, bagging, and side discharge. Mulching is where it cuts and recuts clippings into fine pieces so they drop back into the lawn and feed it a bit. On a dry day with grass at a normal height, it left a clean trail without clumps. When I pushed into overshoot territory, grass taller than it should be, mulching still worked but needed me to slow down. Bagging is very solid. The 16-gallon bag is big enough for my yard, and the airflow fills it evenly. I prefer to bag after a rainy week because wet clippings can smear if you mulch. Side discharge is the get-it-done mode for tall or heavy growth. When I let the back corner get too ambitious, popping on the chute and walking a steady pace cleared it without clogging. Height adjustment uses 2 levers, one for the front axle and one for the rear. The range is 1.25 to 3.75 inches. If you're new, that number is how tall your grass will be after the cut. Lower numbers mean a shorter cut. Higher numbers leave more blade. I usually mow warm season grass around 2.5 to 3 inches in summer to avoid stressing it, and that's simple to set on this mower. The levers are serviceable, not silky smooth, but they hold their position and haven't slipped on me. The large 11-inch rear wheels make a real difference rolling over ruts and bumps. The 8-inch front wheels are the drive wheels, and their rubber-like outer material has decent grip on dry ground. As for handling, the mower weighs around the mid-50-pound mark, and with self-propel on, it feels light and easy to guide. Turning at the end of a row is as easy as easing down on the handle to unload the front wheels and pivot on the big rear wheels. It's intuitive, and I found myself getting into a steady, relaxed rhythm. The handle folds down for storage, which is helpful in a tight garage. Key features that matter day to day are simplicity, starting reliability, and cutting consistency. From my experience, this mower checks those boxes on flat yards. It starts easily, it cuts evenly, and it doesn't leave stringers when the blade is sharp. The included mulch plug, bag, and side chute are all you need to change modes. Maintenance is straightforward. Check oil, keep the air filter clean, and sharpen or replace the blade when the cut looks fuzzy. If you've never sharpened a blade, That's just smoothing the cutting edge so it slices cleanly instead of tearing the grass. Torn tips turn brown and make a lawn look ragged. I have to talk about support because it matters. I tried contacting SENIX about a small parts question, specifically a bagger clip, and I didn't get a call back. I sent an email and didn't get a reply that week either. In my opinion, that's a weak point. The engine is Briggs Stratton, which means any small engine shop near me can service the engine itself and get engine parts. But when it comes to body parts, wheels, cables, handle pieces, I had a tougher time. I also checked what other owners were saying, and several described similar trouble getting through to the brand for warranty or parts. That doesn't mean nobody's getting help, but I can only share my direct experience and what I saw repeatedly in public feedback. If support response time is critical to you, keep that in mind. On the quality front, mine started right away out of the box and continues to do so. I did see a few reports from other owners about hard start or no start out of the box. With small carbureted engines, stale fuel is a common culprit, but brand new units that struggle are frustrating. I can't speak for those exact cases, but I'll say fresh gas, a clean plug, and proper priming have kept mine consistent. If you ever store it, running the carb dry and using fresh fuel in spring goes a long way. Fuel use is reasonable for a 140cc mower. I can get through my small yard and a little extra trimming on one tank without stress. I do keep the deck clean because a gunked up underside hurts airflow and mulching. A plastic scraper after mowing and a brush on the chute saves time later. It's perfect for homeowners who want a reliable start, a steel deck, and 3-in-1 flexibility. And who mostly mow flat or gently rolling areas. I'd recommend this for small to medium lawns where you plan to mulch most of the time and bag when it's been wet. The single-speed front-wheel drive helps you keep a steady walking pace, and the high rear wheels make it easy to steer around beds and bumps. If you have steep slopes or if you bag heavy clippings often, I'd look closely at rear-wheel drive alternatives because traction on FWD drops as the bag fills. In my opinion, the biggest strengths here are the Briggs & Stratton engine, the easy starting, the clean cut when the blade is sharp, and the no-fuss switching between mulch, bag, and side discharge. The trade-offs are the front-wheel drive traction on hills, the dual-lever height adjustment that's less convenient than a single-lever design, and the uncertainty around brand support and chassis parts availability. None of those were deal-breakers for me on a flat yard, but they're important to think through. From my experience, if your yard matches the mower's strengths, flat, modest size, regular mowing schedule, you'll probably be happy with how it performs. If your yard doesn't match, lots of slope, very thick wet grass, or you want ultra-responsive manufacturer support, this may not be the best fit. The product page lists a 2-year limited warranty, which sounds great, but my personal attempts to reach support didn't inspire confidence. The silver lining is that the engine is a known quantity, so engine service is not a mystery at local shops. In conclusion, the SENIX LSSG-M9 delivers a straightforward, capable cut with an engine I trust, a steel deck that feels durable, and user-friendly 3-in-1 options. It's a helper mower, not a mountain climber, and it rewards consistent, flat lawn mowing with a clean finish and low effort. Weigh the convenience and performance against the traction limits on hills and the support concerns. If that balance works for you, it's an easy mower to live with. I will leave all the information about the SENIX LSSG-M9 21-inch gas self-propelled lawnmower in the comments. I hope to see you again in the following videos.